Welcome to another episode of What's the Word podcast. Your boy Dikeman Drew, and today I have a very special guest. I have the head honcho when it comes to this New York referee stuff for summer basketball in New York City. I have the man himself, Mr. Ref 1, Eric Weaver. Good day, my brother. You're muted. There you go. Oh, I can't hear you. Let me see. Nah, hold on. Log out and then log back in. I don't know what the problem is, though. It's fucking up. What's good, though? How y'all been, man? I hope all is well. Got a real good episode today. And just turned 45. My birthday was the other day, March 1st. I don't feel old. I feel blessed. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be entertaining y'all, and I appreciate y'all for logging in. Let's see if we get my man back up in here.
Can you hear me now?
Now we good money. Mr. Weaver, good day.
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
I can't complain, man. How you doing? How you holding up through all this madness that's going on?
Believe it or not, I had a few health issues.
Okay.
I had a small bout with a prostate cancer I had removed.
Okay, God bless. God bless you.
I had a little slight tear in my Achilles. But basically, I got to be home with the family. I got a high school senior, my daughter, so, I'm enjoying that. But basically just staying out the way, man, trying to stay healthy.
Yeah, that's same here, man. I'm all the way removed from trying to get anything wrong. I'm good, man. I'm minding my business. I'm out of here.
That's what's up. That's all we can do.
That's it, man. But let's talk about this legacy of yours, Mr. Ref 1. When did basketball come into your life?
You figure basketball really came into my life when I was probably about 12 or 13. Up until that point, I was a baseball player.
Okay.
My father, God bless his soul, he, back in the day, he used to catch in the Negro League. And basically, as a kid, the first thing you basically learn is baseball, punch ball, kickball, all those same principles.
Yep.
So, around 12, 13, I started playing basketball.
Okay.
I was good, but I wasn't that good. Okay. Like at 14, I was the same size I am now, so I never grew. I was good. I always competed. You're gonna get the last cut on the JV, last cut on the varsity. But I was into the game. I loved the game. Wound up going in the Army, playing Army ball, which at that time, if you were on the post, you played like the junior colleges, the job teams that were in the area. And that was about it. And then, you come home. I'm not playing in the big tournaments. If I am, I'm on the bench. But in the big tournaments, I'm having fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting my rec in. I used to play down on Riverside Drive in 72nd Street. You can catch me there every day. I'm down there playing. So basically that was it. And say around 1989, 1990, I got into officiating.
Okay, so what made you want to get into that aspect of basketball?
Well, I was always a lawyer. I'm going to question, why did you make that call? Why are you calling this and you don't call that against them?
Yeah.
So one day this guy, his name was Sonny Lewis, God bless him, from Brooklyn. And he was like, yo, son, you need to get on this side of the game now instead of being on that side. Yeah. So I wound up playing because I was a court officer. I retired as a court officer. boxer. So I wound up playing in this tournament. I get hurt, like twist an ankle or something like that. I come home, my wife flips out on me, like, see, you doing this, and you ain't getting paid for this, you in this basketball. So then the very next day, I went to enroll in the referee class at St. John's University.
Okay. Got you. And when did it start for you that you was actually out there officiating?
I basically say before I got certified, I was out there refereeing.
Okay.
I was dipping into it, and what a lot of people don't realize, refereeing is just like playing. Okay. You go through the stages, and I was a guy that I guess I really wanted it because in the morning, I say a Saturday morning, I would start off with the biddies, the midgets, and then at night I'm out there with the unlimited,
Gotcha.
And I had some very good teachers that, okay, I'm out there, but I'm out there with somebody that's teaching me something and they're not leaving me out there to dry.
Got you. Say that. So you coming up now, you reffing in these tournaments, and we all know how the summer tournaments get in New York City. You know what I mean? So like my relationship with you, one game we're arguing, one day we agree on everything, but it's never gonna see eye to eye. I'm gonna coach you a ref. You understand? But off the court as men, you my guy, 100%. You know what I mean?
That's what I always respected about you, Drew. We could argue, like we knew in between the lines, we got our job to do.
Yeah.
It's not personal.
At all.
Like I remember certain conversations, like say, before, yo, I'm not talking to you right now. I'm getting ready to coach. I want to talk to you now. Okay, I understand that. But we could be mad at each other and still have a dialogue, and after the final whistle, it's not personal.
At all.
Where the amazing thing about my career and what I did, man, you had people that was mad at me for years. Like, are you serious? Like, you're really mad? And I caught offense a lot of times because you really think I want to teach you for this game? Like, my thing is, I played, I coached, and I ref. So I have too much respect for the game to want to cheat somebody over a basketball game. But I get it, man. I get it. It's human nature. I get it,
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I had to take the position of if somebody doesn't like me, then I guess I'm not doing my job.
I feel you. I definitely feel you. So, okay, now you're reffing, right? What's the first big time tournament that you got to officiate in? Like when you knew, like, you know what? I'm here now. This is the big time, and you was in that atmosphere.
Okay, for a guy that grew up in Harlem till he was 14, because I grew up around. I went to school right there at Rucker Park. Okay. I moved uptown in the North Bronx from 14. I learned to ref in Brooklyn. So when I knew I made it, when I started repping in Soul in the Hole, Kingston Park, Hillary Park, those were the big tournaments out there.
Yes.
So I was in the mix with all that. So that's when I knew, like, okay, I could go back uptown and I'm good.
Yeah.
So, And then also, besides the street stuff, I was doing the USBL, all other kind of little minor league tournaments on the Eastern Coast.
What was that Soul in the Hole tournament like as a ref? Because I've only seen highlights and footage of how the games got down there. But like for you, having you in the middle of Brooklyn, you know what I mean? Like, what was that atmosphere like?
Put it this way, it was like the Black Dikeman of Brooklyn. Only difference, you're down and everybody else is on top. Only people in the park are the teams. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But basically, everybody's looking at you from top. And Brooklyn is serious about that basketball, man.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
like, it was, because, okay, dudes had the fly moves and all that, but they wasn't really into that. They were into grinding it out. Yo, man, don't be no clown. We playing basketball, and that's where it began.
So when you come from starting, like you said, you in the Soul in the Holes, and you in all the tournaments in Brooklyn that players need to be. You've been around the by this time already the future NBA dudes, and you know what I mean? Like it's a high level of basketball. You know what I mean? So now you come to the Rutgers and the Dikemans and the Kingdoms. Like what was the tournament before you got to reffing, whether it was one of the Brooklyn tournaments or one of the other tournaments that you said, I want to get to there. That's where I want to ref at. Like,
I could say it was probably West 4th Street.
Okay. The cage.
That's only because most of the pros was down in West 4th Street, and, basically I had a checkbook. Like, yo, I got to get in West 4th. Okay.
Gotcha.
I got to get in City. Okay. I got to get in Big Dogs, Harlem Hospital. Right? And then, the last place was Dikeman. I mean, like, I wanted to be where the big games were. Like, wherever the talent was, then I felt that I should be there. Because reffing a controlled environment is one thing, but reffing the hood is something different.
Totally.
And that hood stuff, believe it or not, prepared me for USBL and all that professional stuff, because you can't do nothing no worse than what I'm doing here in the hood.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Because, like, how is it for you? Because, okay, you were a player. Like you said, you played basketball, and, players and refs go and they have their ways. Coaches and refs have their ways. But how is it for a ref? Like, how do you contain when you got the people like, yo, do your job, like, what's wrong with you? And, like, how do you not let it rattle you?
Oh, Drew, I had a unique style. You curse at me, I'm going to curse back at you.
Exactly.
And, like, basically, I felt I was one of the better refs, because I'm not going to check you up. I'm not going to take it personal. We're going to have this conversation, and then we're going to move on. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And a lot of people like yourself, you respected that, because I
100%.
gave you an ear. I gave you an ear. I listened at what you got to say. Now I got to go do my job. You go do your job.
Yes, sir.
And like, that was part of it. Now, like I said, on the other hand, I'm dealing with Drew, but I got his man over there that has nothing to do with this, but he's standing on the sideline cursing me out. So the way I dealt with it, like, you see, I turn, I smile, I laugh, I say something to you to make everybody else laugh. I mean, I'm worried about this game. I'm not really worried about you, because I know that there's guys on your sideline that's going to tell you to stop at a certain point. Like, yo, leave E alone. Like, if you want to mess with somebody, mess with the other guy, but leave him alone.
Facts. Yeah, I mean, basically, you, Term, and Honey Bun, like, y'all fair. You understand? Like, you don't let what's going on persuade how you approach the game. You know what I'm saying?
And like Honey Bun, okay, I have to give him a lot of thanks, because over 20 years ago, he sat down as the head guy at Dikeman, and he said that I needed to take over. So now, 30-some years later, I'm, and believe me, and this includes you also, because you coached out there. What we did out there, that's where that thing is at now. You know what I'm saying? That's Dikeman after dark, 12 o'clock, we out there. it made me who I am. You know, like a superstar, so to say. I never look at it like that, but I appreciate it that I did a lot of stuff that puts me in a light that a lot of refs don't be in.
Yo, that's a whole fact. You looked at like almost like the ball players, man. Like you hold weight, like you that dude, and then you become the top ref. So yeah. Like you grinded. You did but you became who you had to become in that aspect of basketball. You understand what I'm saying? And like you really can't exceed that because okay, yo, who's reffing tonight? Yo, go ask E. Like that's what it got. That's what it became. You know what I mean? Like I didn't walk in the park and see you anymore and say, "I bet we got E." No, I see you. I'm like, damn. Let me see who we got. Like yo, E, who's reffing today? Nah. I'm here. All right, bet. All right, we good.
You know, like I said, that made me feel good. Even though we know that when I put this ball up, we get ready to go at it, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
But I knew that this man respects what I'm doing. I respect what he's doing. And just like when I look back now, because God willing, in 30 more days to be exact, April 10th, I'm going to be 65 years old. All right.
God bless.
For me to look at guys like Xavier, you know, Edgar, you know, PlayStation. These are guys that I watch grow, and you're grown men now. You know what I'm saying? We're family. And we have to look at that and say, now here's a kid, when he played, we argued every game. Right?
Or the whole game.
and now during the game, his father is barking at me the whole game. And now after the game, his father gonna say, yeah, E, don't give him no breaks, man. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do to him. And like I said, when I was going Instagram and I see what he's doing, that shit make me feel proud. Like, yo, I remember when he was grinding to get here. You know what I'm saying? And like a couple of months ago when I seen you interviewing him, I was like, yo, to see this come to this, that's a great thing, man. That's a great thing.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a whole fact. Now, with you, I saw the Harlem Globetrotters, and I look, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's a familiar face right there. What was that like? Because let me tell you something. Basketball, Harlem Globetrotters, that's basketball. You know what I mean? That's historical and legendary, and you was a part of that.
I was fortunate to be a part of one of the historical things in basketball. Okay?
Word up.
I was able, with my time there, to go to every state, including Alaska, and I've been to 13 countries.
Wow.
And when you go into some little small town in North Dakota, and some old white man comes up to you and says, like, I'm here with my grandkids, and I used to be here when I was a kid to watch the Globetrotters, and no matter what's going on in the world, you see a smile on people's faces. That's a beautiful thing. And I really became to enjoy show basketball, you know, because it's a difference that you're in the pit, you're in the grind, everybody hates you, and now you're in a show. Now, I'm in Brazil, and I'm walking in the mall, and people are running around going, arbitrator, arbitrator, arbitrator. So I'm like, arbitrator. And then the guy says, they talking about referee. You know what I'm saying?
Ref, yeah.
So, you know, that made me feel good. I was fortunate. I had a little article in Sports Illustrated back in the day when they did something on Globetrotters. I would have articles in different newspapers all over the world. So it was like, you know, it was a beautiful thing. It was a great experience. You know,
Yo, E, as a black kid that grew up in New York City, what was that feeling like when you got the phone call that said we want you to come be a part of the Harlem Globetrotter thing. Like, what was that like? Like when that day you looked at the phone and said hello.
Okay, let me tell you how this happened.
Yeah.
You know James Ryan, the coach of Primetime.
Yes.
Okay. He calls me. He says, "How would you like to try out to be a ref for Harlem Globetrotters?" Okay, cool. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm going. I had did some work with the Harlem Wizards, so I'm thinking on the same line.
Okay.
I go all the way out to Long Island, and I mean way out on almost near the Hamptons.
Okay.
I fly out, you know, run up and down. You know, they talk to me. By the time I get home, they're telling me, "Yo, come back out to the hotel. You got the job. You're at, you know, that was training camp."
Yeah.
So at first, you know, everything's cool, but I had to learn to be a show referee.
Yeah. Got you.
Because they're not making no calls.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things you got to get into. So how I got into it, a guy named Kevin Daly, who played at UCLA, Panamanian brother, he was the head showman. I went to dinner with him, and we talked, and he like helped me become a show referee.
Okay.
So that comes with throwing the water at me, you know, slapping me on the back, you know, faking me out, you know, doing all kinds of stuff, which, you know, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I ain't gonna lie, Drew, that check was amazing. You know what I'm saying? They was on time. We used to go to like 12:01. And I was like, the first time, what's 12:01? Yo, Thursday night, 12:01, that money in the bank, dog. Don't worry about it. You know, so, you know, and I got to meet guys like the great Curly Neal, you know, and have conversations with them. They had a guy named Tex that was played back with Will Chamberlain, you know, and to talk to these guys and to hear, you know, the stories from back in the day, the hardships they used to go through. But then for them to say, like, yeah, but we used to bust their ass after it was all over, you know. I mean, you know, it was a beautiful thing, and I've had friendships that are going to be life-lasting friendships with guys from the Harlem Globetrotters.
Got you. Know? Let me ask you something. Was the NBA something that you wanted to do, or was it, or was what you did what you wanted to do?
Well, I wanted it bad. I wanted it bad. I really wanted it bad because when I started out, I didn't want to be a high school rep. I wanted to be a pro rep because the pro reps know what they're doing and this, that, and the other. Okay. Yeah. 2003, I go to Las Vegas to the Pro-Am Nationals, which is a camp.
Okay.
At that time, I'm like 38 years old. So, no, I was I was like 38. So the guy said if you were 28 instead of 38, you would have a shot. So that's when I just let the dreads grow. Yeah. And I was regulated to being a street ball referee.
Okay.
Because, you know, and I understood what he was saying, you know, like you got more with a 28-year-old than you got with a 38-year-old.
With an older rep, yeah.
And, you know, that's just hindsight because when you're playing basketball, you don't think about being no referee. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
Like, the next step is to be a coach. So, you know, if I could have done it when I was younger, I would have, but nobody was thinking about that. And like I said, looking at what I've done, I'm thankful and blessed.
Facts. Facts. You're the GOAT, E. Don't let nobody tell you different, dog. That's a whole fact, yo.
Like I said, you know, I looked at myself and you know, like when I got out there, especially like in the early stages, I just wanted to be able to hold my own with the vet I was out there with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out there trying to pick your brain and look at what you're doing. So I don't, you know, I got a good sense of what's going on. And like I said, I had a chip on my shoulder because 9 out of 10, I'm going to be the smallest guy out there. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got a small guard, I'm the smallest guy out here, and they used to always go after the smallest guy. You know, they're not going to yell at the big guy; they're going to yell at the little guy. So that's where my edge came from, and I kept that edge for over 20 years. And like I said, I enjoyed every minute of it. I couldn't understand why you're mad at me because you lost. But, you know, human nature, naturally, you got to blame somebody. So, hey, I was the guy to blame. I was the guy to blame.
What was the toughest tournament for you coming up? Like, what was it like? When you knew that you had to go work there, it was like you had to get up for it.
Your hood. Because first of all, I already knew. Okay, especially like we talking about like the early stages.
Yeah.
I knew that. Okay, the game's supposed to be at 8. Shit, that shit might not start till 10.
Right? Yeah. 10:30. Yeah.
Then I also knew, yo, this is gonna be a hot game, dog. Like, especially when you're talking Dominican Power, TNT, you know, stuff, youngsters against this one, that one. So I used to get up for that, man. Like Dikeman, and you know, then when they started Team Nike and all that, yeah, I got up for all that. All that. As they say, I wanted all that smoke.
All the smoke.
All that, you know, and you know, I got annoyed because for 2 years we did that Team Nike thing, and it was hot.
Yes.
Then you take it downtown. Because of political things, I'm not running the refs. You know, you don't even want me down here, which was cool. And, you know, they got it down there. Now you took that hood flavor from it, that Dikeman hood flavor, and it disappeared quick. You know,
fast. Fast. You know, out of here.
Man. So, you know, like I said, man, I was proud of the stuff we accomplished. You know, because, yo, man, we all had a hand in where it's at now. Mr. Stevens does a fantastic job up there.
Yes, sir.
Know, and we all have been a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really blessed and thankful for that. That, you know, I'm still involved to a certain degree. Like I said, I basically gave up getting on the court, you know, to a certain extent. Because right now it's about me giving back to the younger referees. You know, because one thing about Dikeman, and a lot of my referee friends used to be mad at me because everybody want to be at Dikeman.
Yeah.
Everybody can't handle Dikeman.
That's a fact, man. That's a whole fact, bro. That's a whole fact. Tell me about it.
And you know, a lot of times, I want to bring other people up there, but the bosses say, nah, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. You know, and when you look at it, he's right. So, like, a lot of guys will get mad at me, and they come up there and hang out for a night, and they be like, yeah, E, you was right, man. Nah, I don't want no games up here. You know what I'm saying? Because, it look all nice, you know, on the outside.
Yeah.
But when you got to be in that fire for real, now we talking about, I did the game with Michael Beasley and Kevin Durant. Right?
Yeah.
At one point, and I mean, this was like a regular night. Like, I go down to the basket near the handball court. I'm standing in between. One dude is rolling a blunt. By the time I come back down, they smoking and passing behind me. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the flavor of the hood. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know. And like I said, man, I wouldn't have changed nothing. I became a honorary Dikeman resident. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that's home. You know what I'm saying? That's home court. You know what I'm saying? And I met a lot of beautiful people up there, as you know, like yourself. And you know, like I said, man, you know, It's a beautiful experience. It's great when you can look back and you can say, well, damn, he came a long way.
Like, that's a fact. That's why I said you became the top dog, man. You did what you needed to do. You know what I mean?
I look in amazement. When I first came there was no beaches, and it damn sure wasn't no skybox. All right, so
at all.
Now you got skybox. You got people running around waiting, people with food and all that, man.
Word up.
Like it's a beautiful thing because it gives people something to do on a nightly basis.
Absolutely. How do you separate, like, let's say you have somebody that you know, whether it's a player or coach, whoever, right, that you really, really, really don't mess with, like, because of whatever, let's say they cross certain lines or whatever it is, whatever the case may be. How do you separate that from the task at hand, E?
I just try to black them out and don't say nothing to them. All right, I'm gonna do my job, but I don't want nothing negative to come out of your area. You know what I'm saying? And I try to avoid them. That's all. I mean, like there was a team up there I had mad respect for, and they really thought I had something against them, and I
got you.
You know what I'm saying? But, you want to take that attitude, okay, fine. Then I'm going to take the attitude, I ain't got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Then you get to the point where, okay, I'm not going to do your games. But then in the skinnier things, now you want me to do your games. So, it's like, okay, but you try not to take it and make it personal. And then a lot of times I try to diffuse it by catching you off to the side somewhere. Let's have a conversation, man. What's the problem with us?
Yeah.
A lot of times it works. You know what I'm saying? Because when you really start, because then you get to ask me the questions that you really want to ask.
Exactly.
We get to put it all out here, and now if we still don't like each other after this, then we just don't like each other.
That's it. Then that's just what it is.
But 9 out of 10, after you get to talk to somebody, you say, well, damn, that guy ain't really a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? He's all right, and, you usually wind up being all right,
What would you say was the big, in the street ball wise, what was the biggest game that you was a part of?
Okay, I would say, damn. It was a couple of them, but I would probably say the Michael.
So
Beasley.
give me your top 5 because you've been out here, so you could do that.
Okay. Michael Beasley, Kevin Durant.
Okay.
Uwe against Team Nike.
That okay? Hold on, E. Hold on. Let's stop right there. That game. You talking about the first one or the second one? You did both of them.
Both of them was hot.
Okay, so that first one, that was a crazy atmosphere, bro. The way Nike built that up with the little video trailers of them taking shots at each other. Uwe came out wearing Adidas and all that. Like, the pressure was on ya as referees to maintain some type of control. That must have been crazy, bro.
Now we could talk about it. And before I start, got love for everybody.
Facts. Right? Yeah.
Uwe for years couldn't stand me. But here's what I looked at. The first game, when you had Corey Fisher, Justin Burrell, and the whole squad, y'all won.
Yep.
Okay? I was the greatest ref in the world.
Facts.
The championship game, you don't have the same team, you lose. Now I'm the worst ref in the world.
But they wanted to kill this dude too. Not even you. What they call him, Bruce Willis. They wanted his head on a platter. My man Chico was ready to kill him, son.
But see, my thing is, I look at That first game, yeah, y'all got them, the upper hand. But now, the second game comes, y'all don't have the same personnel out there. Things are different now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think those were two of the most intense games ever, man. Because like you said, you win Nike, man, I'm wearing Adidas. Get Nike, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
It was a great thing, man. I mean, it was great for basketball. And that's why when they took it downtown, I was like pissed off because you don't even have to let me rep. Let my guys rep that was holding this down. But, you know, just like basketball and refereeing, you got personal beefs, you got political stuff. Yo, I don't like him because of this and because of that. So that's why I took the attitude of, all right, y'all want to act like that? All right, I'm up in Dikeman. I don't care what y'all do, man. You know what I'm saying? And I got my little crew, and I never my crew. If you could go get money somewhere else, go get the money.
That's it.
If you commit to this game, I need you to come to this game because Dikeman ain't the type of place where I can say, okay, Drew, get out there and grab a whistle, man. Go ahead and take that over, you know? You got to be prepared for that, man.
You got to know, you have to know.
You know, and like I said, those games, like those are the three games that really, because like I said, I was good. You could say I had legend status. When I got an indictment, that shit blew the fuck up. Like, yo, it's just, because I was on center stage. You know what I'm saying? Almost, if not every night, every other night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would be like, okay, at 8 o'clock in the morning, I'm good. I'm off today. 3 o'clock, yo, so-and-so can't do that game, man. You got to come do that game, you know? And these are the conversations I was having. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was, you know, like I said, man, I had a beautiful run. I can honestly say 2014, I did the last championship game I was going to do in that year.
Okay.
And I've done like a few games here and there, but the main schedule is out the window. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I'm trying to get back to these younger referees. And, you know, us old guys can't do it forever. You young guys, and like I tell a lot of you guys, this is easy.
Yeah.
Okay? This is easy because back in our day, yo, come on, dog, you might not get out the park. All right?
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
And, you know, all kinds of stuff where now a dude ain't going to do but so much because now you won't play anywhere in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and you might get arrested because of social media and you're all on camera, but, you know, it's a different game. It's not as hard as it was before. Dudes don't play as physical.
Yeah.
We shoot jump shots, you know?
No, yeah, everybody's a shooter. When you was coming up, like before the whole Dikeman thing, right? What was the toughest atmosphere for you outside of the Dikeman, be it Pro City, Hoops in the Sun, Kingdom, like Brooklyn?
Anything in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah?
Because Brooklyn, like I said, you got guys that was playing against each other since midget and bitty ball. Like you got Bed-Stuy against Brownsville.
Yeah.
New York against Red Hook. You know, it's like, yo, like there's so many different parts of Brooklyn. And I mean, dudes is nice, man. You know what I'm saying? Dudes, like, put it this way. I went on a trip with housing. The high school team that was playing the Philly team had Jason Hoover, Charles Jones, Jamal Tinsley, Brooklyn Smith. I mean, you had a whole of characters, and these was high school kids. All right, so like I said, when I look back and I look at all the guys I rep, like, man, I had the Greer brothers when they was in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen a lot of talent. That's why, like, even though, like, there's great talent out there today, but I just, I like my era. Like, I like what I came to. Because these dudes, they wasn't just shooting jump shots. The big man got down low. He worked out. You know, it wasn't like he couldn't come out and shoot. But, yo, man, I think I can get more twos than you can get threes. That's just the way I, you know.
Yeah. What was the toughest street ball team you seen out there?
Well, you know, I mean,
because you've seen a lot.
It all depends on what year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seemed like every year, okay, 1 year, 2, 3, 4 years, 5 years in a row, TMP.
Yeah.
A couple of years, it was Dominican Power. Then you had Flavor Unit downtown. You know, I mean, it's like Dominican Power. You know, I mean, to be honest, on every given night, it's dependent on how much your pocket can stand. Because a lot of coaches had to pay. So how much does your pocket stand? You know what I'm saying? It's, like I said, that's a tough one, just the toughest team, because there were a lot of tough teams. You know?
Yeah, I mean, they were. They were.
Know, I mean, and it all depends, too, on which tournament.
I mean, TMP, for about four years straight, TMP was like, I'd never seen another team do what they did. Like, they, and then when they added T2, it was over.
But see, what I liked about their crew, they were a bunch of guys that nobody really knew. And
Jay High, Shy. They
played hard. They played D. They wasn't backing down. And I respected that because that's the way I played. I played on a lot of teams that don't nobody know us. And we probably going to lose. But, y'all going to know that we was here. You know, you're going to come out of the game and be like, yo, shorty, good game. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like I said, man, I've seen a lot of teams. And then, like I said, believe it or not, there's different flavors in different tournaments.
Yeah, like, that's a fact. That's a whole fact.
Vic is playing with Dominican Power here, but then you go downtown, he's playing with a whole different crew.
With Terror Squad or something like that. Yeah. But that's why I say TMP, to me, has to be it, because they did it with the same people every year. S-Class, they did it with the same people every single. That's what I'm saying. Like, when they added T2, I was like, yo, they're never gonna lose.
That was the legitimate big man that they need. You know what I'm saying?
What? He was the legit anything that everybody needed. He was like that, son.
And you know what's crazy about him? It was like, you know, he wasn't one of them stars, I'm going to come in and take over. He just he find a way to fit in. He do what he do, and that's it. You know?
On some Kawhi shit, not talking, no emotions. He come in and kill.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I give it to them because their reign on the streets, except for you know, Fat Joe had the Terror Squad in 55th. But the reason why I wouldn't say it like one of them is because he had a roster of NBA dudes.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
These was dudes from Queens.
And that's it.
They was like family, and you know, like I said, them dudes came and they worked out every year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a whole
they
fact.
They didn't back down. And when you look at the end of the story, they took every tournament in New York City.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They went 1 year and took everything. Tournament of Champions, everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, it's them. Because they did it more than once. And then they did it more than in one park. They took over the whole entire New York City. and they did it more than once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like they was a whole different machine, them kids, yo. And like I said, J High, mid-range assassin. Like J High was just different. Like they had a crew, man.
Yeah, but see, they were the type of team. You walk in the park and say you don't know them. You be like,
exactly. Mm-hmm.
But then when you see how they get down, you be like, yo.
They pressed the whole game.
You know, and like I said, man, the things that we have done and seen, they're not going to be duplicated. And no disrespect to today's game. Everybody has their day, but I take our era. I don't care. I take us.
That's a fact. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yo, you seen a lot of basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know some of the most craziest performances you've seen players put on. Like that you saw, that you were at. Like maybe Gio scoring 81 at Tri-State, or you know what I'm saying? Like, what were some of the most impressive performances you've seen?
Wow, that's another one. Well, watching Kiki just light up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like just hearing wet those, you know, stuff like that. Watching Kenny Shack, you know, do his thing. You know, I was there when Jamal Tinsley had two dudes running to each other and he jumped over them and scored. You know, I mean, you know, like there's a lot of moments, and I mean, like, let me see. I mean, it's just wow.
It don't gotta be in no particular order or nothing like that. Just things you've seen, because you've seen a lot more basketball than I have. Because you was reffing, so you was in in every tournament. You was seeing stuff that, you know. I'm just saying, like, some of the more memorable things you've seen.
Watching a guy like Ty Davis, right?
Yeah.
Who's 6'3", 4, working out on guards like 5'11", 6 feet. You know, and I mean, like watching guys that probably should be in the pros, they out here with us. You know what I'm saying? Watching Ronald Matthias, Terminator, score like 20, 30, 40 points, and you ain't shot a jump shot yet, man. Like, yo, dude. And I remember, because I could say I'm one of the guys that helped him get into wrestling. I remember I used to ask, why you don't never take a jump shot? He said, well, I take one when they make me take one. You know, and I mean, like I said, there's just so many memories. Like I said, watching Kevin Durant and Michael Beasley go at it in Dikeman, right? And then really looking at and saying, damn, Michael Beasley is a bad motherfucker.
Word up, yo. Word up.
Yo, Kev, you doing your thing, but he wearing you out too, dog. You know.
Yeah.
So, watching guys like, I mean, like I said, it's just been so many guys, and I've just been fortunate that I've been front row. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you saw it from a different, you know, you right there, yo. You right there. So I'm like, you know, let me see what's up, some of the things he's seen that he can share with us, because you seen a lot of basketball, bro.
Okay, just like, for instance, you mentioned Gio, right?
Yeah.
Watching Gio go a whole summer, dogging everybody.
Everything.
Everybody. Like, I know when he walked in certain parks, the dudes was like, oh, shit. Like, because he was getting ready to give you like 30, 40. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
To watch him have a damn near career-ending injury and then still come back and still give y'all buckets like crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
Facts.
You know, it's like guys like that, Damo, you know what I'm saying? Watching Bone Collector come in there and just wreck, you know, just give out work, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Dikeman, to me, probably, and that's probably me being biased, but it was the best because you got to guard up, my dude. Ain't no zone.
No.
Like, you ain't playing no NBA zone, none of that. No, dog, just the old hood. Get your man and play your man.
That's it. Yep, and go to work.
Hey, and it's really for a guy that you gotta have one-on-one skills.
Yep.
Like a team ball player that you need to pick here and there. You might not come off that much. You got to be able to, like, when you're isolated, off, man.
You have to create at every position. Yep. Yeah. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Yo, E, man, I appreciate you, bro, taking out the time to do this with me, man. I just wanted to pay homage because, like I said, you're one person that I spent many summers around. We argue for a whole 40 minutes, and then in between my juniors and my seniors game, it's like it never happened. And you know what I mean? And I've always respected that about you, man.
See, that's why, Drew, that's the love I had. Like, these guys is beefing. Me and this dude argue every time he plays. You know what I'm saying?
Every time, yo.
And if you're listening, you're like, damn, man, they really don't like each other. But, yo, I respected it because we left it there. Like I said, dudes would be mad at me. I got to do this to talk to me, man.
That's crazy.
You know, and crazy. It's like, yo, dude, I don't come out here to make you lose.
Exactly.
I come out here to do the best job I can do. And what I used to really get off on, oh man, I don't get no sub. I'm running out here in the hot sun, and ain't nobody giving me no water. I'm out here doing 2-3 games. Yo, man, I remember one time I told Strick, I said, yeah, man, shut the hell up. You just went and sat down for 5 minutes, man. Don't come out here talking. You know, but, you know, and just like watching a guy like John Strickland, who could take
rest in peace,
game over. I mean, take the game over, and he was a showman. True story. One of the last stories I tell. When I went to trial for the USBL, we're in this meet. So the supervisor official's like, yo, the team got this guy, man. He talks the whole game. He's really tough to ref. So we sitting there, and I'm like, you know, like, well, who are you talking about? They said John Strickland. We're like, what? Man, get out of here, man. You know, like, Strick gonna talk, but Strick had the referee scared to death. Like, and I'm like, yo, he's one of the nicest guys in the world, man.
Word up. Word up.
Like Strick was so entertaining, plus he was a guy that could diffuse a situation. You know? Like most of the stars, Marine Reed, even Baca Child, like guys could they could diffuse shit, you know.
Yeah.
Now, the funniest thing about Dominican Power, when you hear that comment, like, yo, man, you won't call for us because we not black? Yo, wait, hold on. What you talking about? You not black? What you talking about, man?
You are black.
We all the same.
We all black.
When we talk about that now, and you be like, yo, man, like, hey, you know, it was funny, but like I said, I really appreciate everything, you know, that you're doing now. I appreciate you from before, because, you know, this is what it's about, man. And I really appreciate this because everybody hears from the coaches, they hear from the announcers, they hear from the commissioners, they hear from the players. Rarely hear from us. You know what I'm saying?
Ever. And y'all part of the game as much as anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, E. Had it been any other ref that I ever questioned, the questions would have been different. That's why I say you, Term, and Honey Bun are the only 3 referees that I know personally. They don't care about who's there. You know what I mean? Like, they out here to do a job. Like, I seen Term ref one of his son's game and not give his son nothing. You know what I mean? I've seen dudes get at Term and Term turn around and tell him, you know what? Wait till after the game. Go to the parking lot. and let's talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, Turb was on that type of time. Like, you know what I mean? But he was fair. Y'all was fair, yo. You know what I mean? And that's all you could ask for.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. That's a whole fact, man. I only blamed one game on a referee, and that was my championship game, when an intentional foul was committed and the ref came up to me and said, if I made that call, they would have killed me in here. And he dipped off. And he don't know the intentions I had for his ass when he said that to me.
That's one thing I prided myself on. I don't care what time it is. I'm going to make the call, dog. All right? Because that's a call that's supposed to be made. Now, on a different scenario, say the game's tied up, it's seconds to go, and I'm thinking about 10 seconds or less, and I'm going to call that foul. Y'all going to go to overtime and do this like grown men. Why? Because I'm not going to put you. No, because how would you feel after you down the line to shoot 2 free throws and you don't get back at it? Nah, man. It's under 10 seconds. Y'all take that shit to overtime. Unless you really got murdered, where I got to call that one. You know what I'm saying? Because of the intent. But it's some bullshit, menial contact. Oh, no, man. We're going to take this to overtime, and y'all handle that like grown men.
You ain't never felt under pressure out there, E? Ever? Not for like not from when you started. Cause now by the time you was an OG, like nobody was gonna be able to rattle you. But maybe in your earlier years, you never felt like anybody like yo had that pressure on you in a basketball game.
I mean, you know, you get pressures from different areas because say I might hear something from your bench.
Yeah.
And then I'll live. Now the guy that's talking to me, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? So I would be concerned then because man, I'm trying to figure out who is that, this and that. But a lot of times I wasn't concerned because I wasn't by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might think I'm by myself, but I ain't by myself. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I was a court officer, so you know, if I get to the table, then all bets is gonna be off. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and one thing about it, a lot of dudes didn't know unless you came to Brooklyn Family Court. You see me up in there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, because I was just a regular guy, man. I'm not looking for no problems. But you know, I can't be punked out by you and then everybody else be punked out.
Yeah,
whether
exactly.
I'm butt whipped or not, man, fuck you, man. All right, man. That's just the way it gotta be. You know?
Yeah, there was a couple of refs that was parole officers that people knew had them things. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't get too crazy with them.
Like I said, I was fortunate where you guys had a lot of respect for me. So, you know, and I felt that came from me doing my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see a person hustling doing their job, it's all good.
That's 100%, E, man. That's 100%. Once again, Mr. Weaver, I thank you so much for this. I appreciate you. And God bless you on your health and that bounce back, because you're looking good. I see you posting all your gym pictures with your tight shirts and all that. Like, you know what I mean? You could do that. You could do that. You know what I mean? You could do that.
Yo, appreciate you, Drew. Thank you, man.
Yo, E, you already know it's always love. Stay up.
Yes, sir. E.
All right, bro. That wraps it up for another episode of What's the Word podcast. I know I've been low for a minute. I just been putting things together, lining things up. I got a couple of good things coming. Pause. Soon. Just bear with me, man. You know what I mean? Bear with me. I appreciate y'all for appreciating me. I love y'all, man. You already know, man. Tune in or you losing. What's the word? You heard?